I'm Sayojita. As you may have gathered, I have been making chapatis, Phulkas to be precise. These are puffed rotis that are roasted on an open flame. They are thin and light and perfect for everyday meals. However, they are the hardest to prepare of all wheat rotis, like parathas or puris. I thought I would make this video for those of you who are new to Indian cooking and would like to learn to make these. With my 4-step method and some practice, you will be making perfect Phulkas in no time at all. I've taught many of people to make Phulkas and they're all pros now. So I'll see you in the kitchen in a little bit.
The first step is to make the dough. It should be soft, not stiff. I'm using a parath or a large plate with sloping sides. This is typically used to make dough in Indian homes, but a mixing bowl works just fine. First, mix the dry ingredients. The whole wheat flour or atta and the salt. Then add ghee or oil for a vegan version. This helps to make soft rotis, especially if the atta is coarse. The hot water softens the fiber in the atta. Start with a little less than 1 cup and add more as needed. Mix everything together to form a dough. It will feel a bit sticky right now. You can also use a food processor to make the dough. I did that for many years until I realized that cleaning the food processor was much harder than making dough, and that kneading is a good exercise for my fingers. If you have the time, cover the dough and allow it to rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. This resting period allows the gluten to be activated and makes kneading easier. If you do not have the time, continue kneading the dough to make a smooth ball. Now you can see, it's much easier to knead. It's still a bit sticky, but much more manageable. Knead until it no longer sticks to the hands, about 1 to 2 minutes. Make a smooth ball and let it rest for another 20 to 30 minutes. This resting period is more important than the first, and if you skip it, your Phulkas will be hard. The dough is rested and we are ready to make the Phulkas. It's supple and soft. Knead it a couple of times. You can see it's not sticking to the hands at all. This much dough will make 16 Phulkas about 5 to 6 inches in diameter. Make dough balls about 1 inch in diameter. By the way, smaller Phulkas are easier to roll and roast, but they're also easier to eat, and you may find yourself making a mountain of Phulkas for everyone. I find that this is a good size. Make sure the balls are smooth and have no cracks. This is particularly important when you're making Phulkas. I'm going to make only 8 Phulkas today. The remaining dough is going into the refrigerator. Tomorrow I will take it out a couple of hours before making the Phulkas to allow it to come to room temperature and soften a bit. Now is a good time to set the tawa or griddle on medium heat. You do not want it to get too hot. This is the start of our 4-step process. The first step is to roll the roti. The rice flour allows the roti to move freely on the board while rolling. It must be fine and not too grainy. Too much rice flour, however, will make the rotis hard. Hence, we mix in the atta. Dredge the dough ball in the atta and rice flour mixture. Flatten and roll into a circle. The roti must move freely on the board. Roll it as thin as possible. With practice, you'll be able to roll thin and round rotis. If you're new to this whole process, then start off by making slightly thicker rotis. They'll be easier to roll, roast and puff. Then, when you have mastered the process, start rolling them a bit thinner. Step 2. Once the tawa is hot, reduce the heat to low and drop the roti on the tawa. Let us call the side touching the tawa side 1. The other side is side 2. After about 10 seconds, the roti should start moving freely on the tawa. If it is sticking, it's probably because the tawa is too hot. We are going to partially roast side 1, just until the raw dough is sort of cooked and should have mild, very pale spots. It should look something like this. That's it for step 2, and now we get into step 3. Flip the roti. Side 2 is now on the tawa and side 1 is on top. Increase the flame to medium. Roast this side completely. You should see dark brown spots like these. And now for the last step. I have slowed down the clip to show you the whole puffing process. In reality, it is quite quick. Slide the tawa off the burner and turn it to high heat. Drop side 1, which is the partially roasted side, onto the flame. If side 2 is properly roasted, the phulka should puff up like this. Slide it off the flame when it's fully puffed. I use my hands, but you can use a pair of tongs. Make sure it doesn't rest there on high heat for too long. Let's take a closer look at the two sides of the phulka. Side 1, which was roasted directly on the flame, has small, almost black spots on it. And side 2, which was roasted on the tawa, has dark brown spots on it. Apply a light layer of ghee and serve immediately or store it in a hot box. Phulkas hot off the tawa are just delicious, but this is not always possible or practical. If your dough is the right consistency and you have followed steps 1 to 4, your phulkas should stay soft in a covered box for hours, especially if you have applied ghee on them.
I'm going to show you this texture of these phulkas. It's been over an hour since I made them, and I'm going to show you how they are. As you can see, they're still rather soft, and I'm going to crush one, tear it, very soft. That's it for phulkas. I hope you'll be practicing them on a regular basis. This video was the first in my series on unleavened whole wheat breads. Others to follow are folded chapatis or ghadi chipori, paratha and lacha paratha and puris. While you're mastering phulkas, you can prepare these tandoori rotis as accompaniment to your Indian meals. They're very simple to prepare and need no prior experience or practice. I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.